Hey guys, Rob here, and I just wanted to show you how the bot section works in Bitsgap here. And so to get to that, just log into Bitsgap and go into bots, and you should see this screen that we're on here now. So the first thing that you're going to see is you want to check and make sure that you're on the correct exchange that you want to be on, that you have funds on. So in my case, I've got Binance, so I'm going to be on Binance. And then the next thing that you want to check is you want to decide what pairs that you want to trade so you can create a bot. So let's kind of take a look on how that actually works. So a couple of things that you have is you on all of your bots, and we'll do a bot here in just a second here, but let me kind of take a look at each one of these settings here. So in the price range, that's the first setting that you have here. You're going to see a few settings in here, and we'll just click on this edit button right there. And the first thing you're going to see is the upper limit of the price. Okay, and I'll show you that in a second. It'll kind of make sense once I start doing a new bot here. And then you've got the lower limit, and then you've got your stop loss. So let's get out of that, and then we're going to go into profit per grid. Okay, so profit per grid here is grid quantity and then one side trading fee. So it's taking into account your trading fees. You just have to look up your trading fees for each exchange. And then over here is going to be your investment amount. Okay, and that investment amount also can change with the slider here. And I can tell you this number never wants to go over 95% because your bot won't start if you're over 95%. It just won't work. That's the way they have it set up, because they've got to have room. They got to have a little wiggle room there in your bot. So the first thing that you're going to want to do if you're going to want to set up a bot, you might want to come over here to this side and look at strategies. Now this button here just simply shows my balances based on Binance. So that's going to change if I come down here and show something like, I don't even know if I have anything else up. Let's try Bittrex. Okay, so there's some small balances I have on that exchange. So once I come back to Binance, then those balances should correct up under the history. And then of course there's a history tab. So right now under strategies, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a new bot. All right, so what I'm going to do is take a look at Chainlink. So I'm going to make sure now I've got USDT funds. I've got some Tether funds. So I'm going to look up Link, and there's Link USDT. And so what it's going to do is it's going to populate this over here. So now we have Link on Binance. So what it's showing is a backtest period, which is pretty cool. So let me show you how this works. So what you're going to do is you can hit this backtest period and you can change these dates. So let's say we want to go and look at this to the 22nd of June. And today is the 22nd of July. So we're going to hit OK. It's going to run that little backtest screen for you there. And had you gotten into this for the amount of dates that we have here, you would have had about a 28% return overall for the month. Annually, if this keeps going for 1 year, this is the projected return on this. If it keeps going the way it's going, which on Chainlink over that month period it was going up. Okay, so you can also go back and change that backtest period. Let's say that you're I just want to see what this is doing for maybe the last week. So we'll put this on the 15th to the 22nd. And we're going to run that again. And there you go. There's about 13%. So over that time frame, it looks like it did pretty well. Okay. So I think I'm pretty happy going with Link. So I'm going to set that up. So what I'm going to do, and let me get this out of here, and that way you can always see these, and you can go through these strategies here. I don't know that always picking the highest annual return is going to be your best way to go. You have to kind of look at the backtest period because of a crypto is tanked, then obviously you don't want to start that up right away. But let's go ahead and take a look at a few things. So right now this chart is on link, okay? So we're going to change this here. I'm going to change it to the 4 hour. And let me do one more thing here. Yeah, I just want to zoom this chart out just a little bit here, because I want to look at I want to kind of take a look at the upper and lower range here before I set this bot up here. So looks like we're way past 443, and then our lower range here was back, you know, it's gone as low as 99 cents there, probably even lower. But let's just look at the range it's trading in, and we're going to be getting into it for about 251 here. So I think if we're going to get in there, I'm going to put a stop loss at 223. So I'm going to go 223 is my stop loss. This will make sense when we set the bot up here. And then the upper range, I'm going to pick an upper range of, I think I'm going to be 352. And then I'm going to do a lower range of, I think 239. So I'm just kind of picking those ranges there. Okay, so now I've got my ranges picked here. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to adjust this so that my ranges are an upper range. Limit price there is going to be 352. And my lower is 239. And our stop loss is 223. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So I've kind of adjusted that range so it's going to trade kind of where I want it to trade. Now this is giving me 14 grids, and I've adjusted the range a little bit from what the standard range was in the testing period. So I'm going to jump this up just a couple more grids here. And then I'm going to move this slider back a little bit here. I don't want to quite put that much money into this. So I'm going to slide this to about $400 here. Okay. So I'm pretty happy with that. All right. So let's see what this is going to do. Hopefully I haven't made a mistake on the setup here, and we're going to go ahead and start this bot. All right, so here we go. So in order to guarantee the normal operation of the grid, it is necessary to buy $145 worth of link to first start the grid. We're going to buy at an optional price. All right, so let's do that. And you should see some Binance buy orders come over here. There they are. So there we go. There's our grid. That just made a nice grid for us there. And you can see this grid in different ways here. I mean, you can come up and you can come down and go to the 1 hour, and you can see how that grid plays out. And you can come back over here to 15 minutes and see the space between those grids start to show up based on how you're zooming in and out of the chart. All right. And then now we've got link down here in our bots down here in the bottom there. And if I ever want to look at these other bots, I can come down here and I can see what I'm doing on my BTC bot here. And you can see that it's got a lot of buy sell orders all the way up and down the chart there. So I hope that makes sense, guys. It basically puts those orders in for you, so as it hits those ranges, it's either buying or selling you in and out of the crypto. All right, so I hope that makes sense, guys. This is a quick little tutorial. Pretty easy to set up, I gotta say. This is pretty straightforward as opposed to other bot setups that I've used with other platforms. And again, you can trade with BTC, Ethereum, Tether, Binance Coin, BNB, and it's got strategies and setups for all of those pairs, which is pretty cool. And you can also see that on the testing that I've done here, you know, I'm at about 16%, 4%, over 6%, over 5%. Of course, we just started our link, and we're not going to really see anything on this pair here for a couple of days, which is fine. All right, there you go. Obviously, if you have any questions, don't forget to check the knowledge base on Bitsgap. And guys, make sure that you get into the Telegram group if you haven't already joined up. And there you go. All right, thanks for watching, and you guys have a good day. Talk to you later.